Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this afternoon. It's really nice out here. Hope I don't fall asleep here, man. Feet in the grass, and it's a nice sunny day. Probably the last sunny day I'm probably going to see for 4 or 5. We got a little front coming in, or some kind of weather system, and we don't get a lot of rain here, but it'll probably be cloudy. So I thought I'd get outside, and I hadn't been outside today. Haven't had my feet in the grass. Well, I have had my feet in the grass a little bit because I've been doing some things outside, doing some laundry and what have you, and just thought it would be a good afternoon to connect with you outside in nature. Hearing all these birds, it's pretty sweet. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? The number one topic on most people's mind everywhere. Weight loss is a huge industry. It's a big business, and it's so misunderstood. I was watching some TV a little while ago with my mom, and the news came on, and I'm watching after the news was over. There was this little segment with some of the newscasters, and it's just like the guy meant well, but he just said one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my life. He was saying, they were talking about, and this is a healthy lunch they were making with tuna, seared tuna in a pan with oil, blah, blah, blah. And it was over some greens. That was the one saving grace of that, is they did put it over a pretty good sized bowl of greens, but other than that. But he said, and these are only, I forget what it was, 600 calories. And he said, yeah, that's perfect, because pretty much everybody knows that, the ideal amount of calories to take in a meal is 500 to 600 calories. I'm sitting there going, really? I guess that's the ideal amount to take in a meal if you're going to eat 5, 6, 7 times a day. Otherwise, no, not so. So, I was thinking about a little bit of weight loss. Everybody's always talking about weight loss. I'm not in any group that somebody's not talking about weight loss. And most of the groups, even though we should be focused, that's what people are focused on. So I said, you know what, I think I'll share a few. I think I've done weight loss videos before. I'll forget. One of these days, I've told you, I'm just going to totally duplicate a video I've done before because, I'm old, I'm a senile, I don't remember all these things. So I got 5 tips for you here that I think are just good tips. Psychology, there's no recipes on this one. I'm not going to tell you eat this and don't eat that and eat this, blah, 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 and this many calories and this time of day and this amount of this. No, this is just more the process of losing weight as I've seen. And I've kind of used this in the past, even before I found out about this raw vegan thing. Some of these principles I've used just to lose weight, and they've worked for me. So, number 1, focus on your health and don't worry about losing weight. There's a lot of people out there. It's like everybody has to focus on the weight loss part of it. It's all about the weight loss. It's all about the weight loss. And I think sometimes they even sacrifice what they know to be what's healthy for what they think is going to give them some quick weight loss. And I think a lot of times too, people might even kind of have this idea like, well, I won't do it the best way. I just want to do whatever I can do to lose that first 25 or 30. I lose that first 25 or 30, and then I'll buckle down. I'll do it. I'll do it properly, or properly, not in my head. I'm just saying, properly, whatever. Always focusing on health is proper, though. I don't think that's an opinion there. If you focus on being healthy, and it does something in your head psychologically, if you just focus on being healthy and forget about this weight loss part of it, if you get healthy, I guarantee you your weight's going to balance out. I guarantee you your weight's going to even out. Don't worry about how fast it happens or anything like that. Just focus, if you can. If I could, if I knew how to hypnotize people, and I was in that part of helping people lose weight, I would hypnotize people to just forget about and not think about losing weight. And I would hypnotize them just to think about getting healthy, making healthy choices, developing new healthy habits. And number 2 kind of goes along with that, because if you're not thinking about the losing weight, and this just puts that pressure on you, that set up to fail every time you look, throw away the scale. Don't, and okay, here I've not always done that in the past, because I don't let the scale get in my head, and I kind of understand it. I have gone through periods where, I got on the scale every day. I don't do it anymore. I've never done that since this raw vegan thing. In fact, You know, here my mom's got a doctor's scale here for one time when she was trying to lose weight and she was having some health issues. And I've only gotten on it like a couple of times. I think I got on it the first morning after I got back, you know, just to see where my weight was. And I've gotten on it, you know, 1 or 2 times since then. And I've been here about, what, 9 days now, or 8 or 9 days. So throw that scale away, because your weight's going to fluctuate. And every time you get on that scale first thing in the morning or whenever it is you weigh yourself and you haven't lost any weight, or God forbid you've put on some weight, it freaks you out. Even though your body's going to do that, you're not going to lose weight every day. You're not going to necessarily lose weight every week. You're going to hit plateaus. You're going to stop losing weight. And if when you're looking at that number every day, that's just getting in your head. I'm not losing weight. I'm not losing weight. I'm not losing weight. If you're just focusing on being healthy, you're not looking at your weight every day. You're just trying to eat, a wide variety and eat a high-carb vegan lifestyle of fruits and vegetables and a little bit of healthy fat in there. You're going to get healthy. And when you get healthy, your body will settle at the weight that it needs to be at. Number 3, very, very, very important that most people are, you know, I think this is starting to become, I like to see this message out there, because most people, maybe not most, but there are a lot of people preaching this message now, and I do like to see this one. Don't calorie restrict. You're never going to get where you want to go. You're not going to be healthy, and in the long run, you're not going to lose that weight calorie restricting. Yeah, you might. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I lost weight calorie restricting, not knowing I wasn't doing it on purpose, but I found out what I was doing, and I kind of corrected things, because it wouldn't have lasted. It wouldn't have been sustainable. At some time, I would just eventually gotten so hungry, freaked out, and I'd have gotten the hell off this lifestyle, and I would have gone back to, you know, just eating whatever, because my body would have needed to have corrected itself. The more we try to restrict ourselves or discipline ourselves, our body rebels against that. So now, on the other hand, I think you need to find a happy medium. I'm not one of those, I'm not saying, especially if you're trying to lose weight, I'm not saying you need to do super high calories or just cram food in all day. And I do think that you do eat some less food when you are trying to lose weight, especially initially, but you definitely don't want to calorie restrict. You want plenty of calories. You want enough energy to get through the day. You want enough. You just have to, if you're calorie restricting also, especially on this lifestyle, you're missing out on a lot of the nutrients that are necessary to our bodies, just to live, sustain, to grow, to be healthy. And you're not getting and it's tough enough anyway. You know, sometimes there's things that it's tough to get, us as vegans, raw vegans. And it's all, in my opinion, just my opinion, it's very essential that we get enough calories. We get adequate calories every day. So please don't restrict. This kind of goes along, but it's not really. But it's eat often and don't let yourself get hungry. That's what I was telling somebody yesterday, and I've said this before. I don't think it's possible. Now, it may be possible out there. Maybe you get a craving when you're full. I don't think I've ever had a craving when I'm full. So if you can stay ahead of the game, if you can stay full, or if you at least stay satiated. When I say stay full, I'm not saying you got to be packed all the time, but just don't let that little thing get inside of you that just like, got to have something to eat, got to have something to eat, got to have something to eat. Don't get there. If you do get there, and this is tip number 5, have good choices handy. And the minute that does happen, that you do start getting that little bit of hunger, don't try to hold yourself back and go, okay, well, I shouldn't eat. No, just eat something good. Eat a banana, eat an orange, eat some fruit, eat something that's good for you, eat something that's going to take that away. But you got to have that around. You have to have things around all the time. It's just like, okay, I don't advocate, candy, or I don't even really do gum, but you know how it is when people stop smoking, they tend to keep, I used to have suckers around a couple of times when I attempted to stop smoking. Yeah, I did the Nicorette gum too, but that's just keeping, in my opinion, well, I wasn't addicted bad to the nicotine, so it wasn't that bad. It wasn't going to be that tough for me. So I figured, okay, I did it a few times, and I'm like, you know what? I just don't want the nicotine in my body. That's just going to keep that craving going. For somebody that's a heavy smoker, maybe they do, but we're not talking about smoking. We're just talking about that same process to try to, just distract yourself. So food isn't distracting you, but you have to have those healthy choices, the thing that are going to distract you from those bad choices. So if you've got the healthy things around the house, and if you control your environment, and if you don't have other people in the house that you can't control what they're eating, just don't even have those bad things around the house. That would be huge. But I do know, through comments and getting to know some of you people through social media and just different, methods, that a lot of you don't live in a household that is high carb vegan, or you don't live with people that are necessarily eating like you, so that may not be an option to not have the temptations around, but it's always an option to have the good stuff around. I said I was going to do 5, but I'll throw one more little one in there that I just always believe in. Stay hydrated. Always be hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, because a lot of times being underhydrated will mimic being hungry. It's kind of a trick down in there. Sometimes, the next time, try that too. The next time you get hungry, if you're about to falter, or if you're about to eat something bad, next time you're about to eat something bad, go drink a liter of water and then reevaluate it. I'm going to almost bet you that no matter what's going on, you may still eat something, but it'll at least minimize the damage if you take in a liter of water. It's going to give you that illusion of filling your stomach, and between water and having healthy choices around, if you just don't wait until you're almost there. It's like, be proactive. Always, especially in the beginning, always be thinking about, just keep your hunger at bay. Do whatever you've got to do to keep your hunger at bay. Now, this might be a little bit more thought process than you want to do in the beginning. You're like, well, I don't want to be thinking about food all the time. Well, you're starting a new lifestyle. You're starting a different, healthier lifestyle. You're starting something that's going to be the biggest thing you've ever done for yourself. So if you have to put a little bit more thought, time, effort in the beginning, it'll be worth it in the long run. But yeah, I'm just, it's just like this whole thing. It's just an obsession with weight loss out there. And I have a friend of mine, I really am liking her channel. She's got a lot of practical stuff out there. It's Melissa. And I'm going to share her link down below, because in my opinion, I kind of see, I won't presume to know exactly, but I've watched, she started doing a YouTube channel, and we're connected on social media, and I really have a lot of admiration for her, because I think she's doing exactly that. And she said, I think recently, she's lost about 50 pounds in this journey, but she shared an old photo, like everybody does on Instagram, a throwback Thursday photo from 15 years ago, and she just looks amazing now compared to then. She's probably even less. She might even be, if I remember her weight's about right, she might be even 50 or 60 pounds less now. But she has put her health first, from what I can tell. She talks about health. She'll mention losing weight, and she'll talk about the weight she's lost, and she'll show it. But I think she hit a plateau not too long ago, and she wasn't losing any weight for quite a while. Now, the average person's going to freak out on that. She didn't freak out on that. She just, kept plugging along. It's about her health, and she knows it's about long term as well. It's not about, oh, got to get it done quick. She's just doing the process. She's following the process all the time, and I just thought I'd throw an example out there of somebody that's actually doing it like I think is the way to do it for most everybody to be successful. So, just to finish this one up, focus on your health, not on the weight loss. The weight loss is just going to be a very pleasant benefit of living a healthy life, and that's what it's all about. Because not everybody, you see people all the time. People can lose weight. There's these models that are starving themselves out there. Do you think they're healthy? They're skinny. Do you equate, don't always equate. If you're in fairly good health, yes, you're going to be fairly lean, or your body's eventually going to get lean. But on the other hand, skinny does not equal healthy. There's a lot of people out there that lose weight in horrid ways, and they're no more healthy than the person out there boozing it up, eating junk, or eating whatever. So you know, do it the healthy way. Think about your health. That's the most important thing you got. That's your number one investment. That's your number one priority. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from the backyard this afternoon. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Maybe share it with your friends. If you've got people out there that are struggling to lose weight, you know, tell them. Tell them they can stop this lifelong struggle they've been going through and do it the easy way. Anyhow, good seeing you guys. Peace.